Hey guys, I'm back. So, Mora knives. This is a brand that up until very recently I was not familiar with, never owned, never used. Got this one in Battle Box. Yeah, here's a link to the original video, which is like one of the worst videos I ever made, but here it is, you can watch it. I commented that I didn't really like this knife, that I didn't like that it was made of plastic, that it looked kind of kitcheny to me. It's probably something I wouldn't carry. The amount of YouTube shit that I got for my view of Mora knives was astronomical. But you know what? I pay attention to when you guys comment, and I really listen to the opinions of others. And apparently, even though it's not something I've used, or I'm not used to, Moras are super loved, super respected. And I started looking into them. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give them some more attention. Went on Amazon, did some looking at different models and the prices of them, and I discovered that, you know, one of the biggest selling points for Mora knives is that their value to price ratio is enormous. It's incredible. And, you know, for the price of one Benchmade, you can get, well, I did get 8 Mora knives. And I thought that it would be fun because, all right, I'll be honest, as I started looking into them, they're so affordable. They get such great ratings and reviews. There's such good info out there about the company, and you know, the testimonials and the anecdotals that people tell about these things are just amazing. So I couldn't pick one. I really wanted to get familiar, so we're going to unbox all of them right now. Are you guys ready? We'll use the Mora to open the Moras. I'm not sure what's in each one of these boxes, but we'll see as we go. So in this one we have the Bushcraft Forest. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. The Cansball. And look at this little guy. Weird package. The Companion MGC. I know that stands for carbon as opposed to stainless. Here's the Pro S, which is the stainless steel version of this, the Pro C. We're going to save this little guy for later too. The Robust Carbon is the 2000, also known as the Outdoor 2000. The Companion Stainless Steel. Then finally the 748 MG. Now, as I was looking around, these aren't even all the ones I found available. A lot of you know this brand a lot better than me, and you know that there's a lot more available. But I figured this would be a good selection to really get familiar with. And again, them being so affordable, all of this cost me less than one new Benchmade. And then there's 2 other items that, again, we're saving for later for another thing. So I wanted to do kind of an unboxing and a little mini review, because there are some people I talk to who are not familiar with this. So mini review of the, not each individual knife, but just the knives as a family, and then kind of compare a little bit the different blades and the different, you know, models available. Because, like I said, this is not a knife that I would be used to, that I would carry around. And just looking at it, if I didn't know that this was a good brand, that I wasn't told that Mora is really respectable and really well liked, I would think it looked rather cheap, honestly. But you guys have shown me otherwise. So let's start with the Pro S. So Pro S is exactly like the Pro C, except this one is carbon steel and this one is Swedish stainless steel. So it looks exactly the same. Blade size is all the same. Handle colors are different. And it's interesting, I like the fact that there's a lot of Moras that kind of have the same shape, but the color denotes what the actual knife is, and there's all sorts of different colors. It actually feels a little bit sharper right out of the box than the carbon does. Let's take a look at the 2000. So this one is pretty different from the rest of the Moras that I picked out. They all have a very similar shape. This one is really different. So still plastic scabbard. I'm not sure what this little pattern is supposed to be. But it just has a simple leather belt loop instead of the plastic clip. One of the things I really liked was this narrowing down blade grind. And that's why I picked another one of those knives too. So the outdoor has a really nice feel to it. Got a rubbery grip too, just like the others with plastic. I like the feel of this one a little bit better. Blade length is a little bit longer, and I like that too. I really like the shape. I'm noticing if you look at this, I don't know if I'm imagining it or if you guys can see it too. This blade has a little bit of a curve. It's a little bit bent. Let's see. It's hard to really capture it on camera, but it definitely curves a little bit right there at the tip where it's thinned out. So I don't know if that's a flaw in this one knife or that's something common for them, but you know, we'll take a look at that. Companion MG. Like the handle, much thinner blade, or I shouldn't say thinner, but rather smaller blade in terms of height. A little bit longer blade than the Pro. Blade length is a little bit longer than the first Mora I ever saw, the Pro. But I like it. See, this one, here's the companion in stainless steel, and this one is a black coated blade. So, same scabbard and everything, except it's all black instead of having the OD. Oh, it is not a black coated blade. I was wrong about that. So it is just all black handle. So carbon steel. I noticed that Mora likes to offer most knives in a carbon and a stainless steel option. So the companion versus the companion in stainless. They've got a great shiny finish on all their blades. If you compare this spine of the stainless and the carbon, you'll see that the stainless has a more finished spine, a 90-degree spine, whereas this is just a rounded spine. And that great finish on the blades. The robust carbon. The robust is the same design as the Pro S and C. The difference is this is a bigger, thicker, chunkier blade if you want to compare the two. You can see how much thicker this blade is. Definitely has more weight to it, but in terms of size, blade length, handle width and everything, it's exactly the same. So it's just a larger, beefier knife to carry. Also very interesting to note, this seems to be laser engraved, whereas this is actually engraved into the steel. So, a little difference there. So here's the 748 MG. This is a much larger knife. Back to the simple leather belt loop. That is very similar to the MG, but much longer blade length. Finished spine, not the rough spine. Good weight, great feel, great grip right there. It feels insanely sharp as well. And it has that really nice finish that Mora does. The Bushcraft Forest. This one comes with a little bit of hardware there. So, different options to connect this. Plastic clip there. It's a very secure feeling plastic clip, or a plastic belt loop. And it looks like either one fits in there and you can decide how you want to carry this knife. Very comfortable handle, really like the design. Has that tapered tip of the blade there too. This is a stainless steel model with the finished spine, the 90-degree spine. This feels really good. If I had to be cutting with it a lot, I like this. And the last one, this is really the kind of my favorite one. I saw this one, I saw some video of a guy using it, and I said, you know what, that's a knife I can get behind. Let me get one. So the Kansobel, or Kanspol, sorry, has the simpler belt loop, plain plastic scabbard there. Ooh, that's in there tight. There's a big nasty fingerprint on my knife already. Hang on. So I love this kind of two-tone finish on the blade. This is very similar to a Hinderer I just got, the Hinderer two-tone Skinner, which has had like the satin and the tumbled finish. This doesn't have a tumbled finish, but it clearly has those grind lines showing. Has the nice taper to the tip, which I like. Very comfortable handle. Not my favorite handle of all the ones I've felt, but I'm very excited to use this knife, actually. These make a really pretty lineup. And by the way, sorry for the ceiling fan reflection. They're very shiny knives. They make for a really pretty lineup. I want to get more familiar with these knives because so many people say they're so great. So I have arranged a little get-together this weekend of me and some of my friends from the military. And we are going to do, I don't know if you want to call it a hard use test, but we are going to test out all these knives. We're going to use, abuse. I've got a bunch of things set up. I told them to come with ideas. And everybody involved is going to have different levels of experience, from very experienced to one of the newest guys in our unit, actually. Just looking at them all lined up, it's pretty easy to see that they all have a certain family line or resemblance, even though some of them look very different from others. But you can definitely kind of tell they all come from the same company. And I like that. I like that when a company has a signature look or style. Let's just take a quick look. Nice. Wow, this one. This is barely any pressure whatsoever on the blade, and it just slices right through. I really like this blade. This is the stainless companion. It's good. It's not as good as the 748. And here's the companion in carbon. Nice. Here's the Bushcraft Forest. This cuts like the 748 does. And the 2000. Oh, did you see that? All right, we'll say that was, oh. So this blade is, and I can feel it too now, not nearly as sharp as the rest. Now, I don't know if that is a product of this blade specifically. They make this one to be not as sharp for some reason, or I just got one dull blade. It's probably more likely that I just got one dull blade, but we can touch that up and fix it pretty easily. But I'm not having a lot of success with the cut test here. There we go. Now this I'm really curious about. So this is the Pro Utility, the larger, chunkier carbon steel blade. And it slices like nothing. That one was my fault. You could shave with this one, look at that. Little curly Q it made. Here's the Stainless Pro. Ooh. Yeah. Nice. And then finally, the Carbon Pro, the first Mora I ever had, the one that came in Battle Box. I'm just running out of good, clean places to cut, but this seems to be having no problem with it. So based on the performance of all the blades, I'm willing to chalk this one up to I just got one dud of a knife, you know, that happened to slip through. And we'll hone the edge a little bit before we start all the big tests with the guys this weekend. Something interesting that I want to point out, though, and I'm not sure if it's going to show up here, the only actual cutting I've used this for, besides opening these boxes, is I was cooking a cheddar brat the other day, and I used this knife to cut it. And yeah, I don't know if you can see, there's some discoloration, and it's permanent. I've tried to wash it out. I don't know if it has to do with acids or nitrates in the meat or something that damage the steel, but there are some permanent discolorations and marks on the steel, and I guess it's just not showing up right now. I'm sure it'll show up when we're filming outside, though, in natural sunlight. There we go. See that? There we go. That. It's much more pronounced and noticeable in real life. I cannot get rid of it, and it's on both sides. So that's something I want to look up. If anybody has any idea, you know, what that is, let me know. Because it's odd to me that, you know, of all things, a sausage would permanently stain or mark this blade. Now, mind you, I recognize that has nothing to do with its cutting ability or, you know, its sharpness or its ability to survive out in the wilderness. It's just interesting to me. In addition to just selling the ready-made knives, what I think is really cool is that Mora also sells blanks. Or I shouldn't even say blanks. They're finished blades. They're just not put in a handle. So you can make one on your own if you want. So I ordered this, which is the same blade from the Outdoor 2000. So can do some original work on this. And then I also got what is called Knife Blade number 3. But as you can see, it's a really nice clip point kind of blade. Let's open this up. A little residue from the sticker that protected the tip there, but this is a really nice blade shape too, and this is carbon steel, whereas the other one was stainless. I'm not sure what knife model this blade is on for Mora, but you can see it's different than the 748. About the same length. You can see it's slightly different than the blade that's on the 748. Just about the same size, but the blade profile is a little bit different, more of a clip point blade. It's just a little bit taller than the one that comes on the 748, and it's got a really good weight to it also. As a brand that was completely unfamiliar to me just a few weeks ago, I'm really starting to appreciate the simplicity that Mora puts into the knives. I have a little awkward feeling about the plastic. I like a more substantial knife, but I'm not just going to judge these things on how they feel and how they look and what they're made of. We're going to really put these knives through some tests to see what they can do this weekend. I think it'll be really good. Right now, my favorite, just based on feel and look and what I'm anticipating, you know, for use, I'm really digging the ground tip blades there. Not just because of the way they look, but they tend to be the most comfortable handles that they put on knives. I really do like this 784, or I'm sorry, the 748. This feels really good. It's got a nice weight to it, but I think that this one right here, this has the most comfortable grip, the best feel, you know, to me so far. I like that one. I do like the feel of the 2000. That's really good. This is comfortable. It's very similar to the 2000. I like the rubbery all-around grip on the 2000 though, but this is still pretty good. And I've seen some of the best reviews about Moras I've seen about this particular knife right here. And you know what? I really dig the two-tone kind of finish, just in a artistic-y kind of way. So, yes, originally I was not thrilled with the Pro, but I now do see Mora make some great knives in different options that I like a little more. The difference in the weight and the feel, the blade length on these ones, it really kind of, it puts the package together for me. So I'm pretty excited about checking these things out. Tomorrow, which would be Saturday, I've got the guys coming over and we're going to do some testing all together. I decided to enlist help, number one, because I thought it'd be fun, but number two, it's, you know, it's 8, actually technically 9 knives, if you count the one that came in the battle box. So I'm not going to do it all myself. No. I hope you'll join us for the next video. We'll go over more of the actual stats on each specific blade. We'll get the opinions of 4 different guys on each one and start testing these things out. I may be a Mora convert. I don't know. But if I am, it's because you guys helped me get there, so thanks. It's pretty cool. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Be back again real soon.